Hey guys, welcome to Spill the Tea with Teresa Thuy. I'm Teresa Thuy. In each episode, I have a special guest. Today, I have Ariel Vargas. She is the owner of Ariel Designs. Ariel.
Hey,
welcome to my show.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. I love your studio.
Thanks.
So I want people to know who you are. So explain briefly what you do.
So Ariel Designs, we pretty much do this, tablescapes. We do special celebrations, anniversaries, birthday parties, even events for residents and apartment communities. Anything that a client does come to us, we tend to just customize everything. So, for example, if you want to come in and have a party, it'll be specialized just for you.
Ariel, thanks so much for being on my show.
Of course.
Are you ready to spill the tea?
We are.
Cheers. All right, so since 2010, you've been planning and designing events full-time while working another full-time job as a property manager for apartments. So now you're doing Ariel Designs full-time. Congratulations.
Thank you.
How did you get over the nerves of putting your 2 weeks in?
It was something that I had to do. It was kind of just life.
Yeah.
I feel like with Aries full-time, apartments full-time, me being a mom full-time, sometimes things happen to where it realizes, okay, what's more important? I'm sad to leave, but at the same time, this is the new journey, the new baby. Right. Even though we've been doing it full time, we're going to be doing like full time. So pretty excited.
I'm excited to see all the stuff you're going to do.
Yes.
And Ariel Designs, it comes from a combination of two names. So it's part your name, Ariel, and then your son's name, Bryce. Were you named after Ariel, the Disney mermaid?
I was.
No way.
Yeah. So
is it also your favorite movie?
No. Like, it's crazy. My mom says when you were in the hospital, they didn't have a name picked out for me yet. And so my brother at the time, the mermaid was like a huge thing. So he was like, how about let's name her Ariel, like the princess on Little Mermaid. And so when I was growing up, I hated my brother for saying that because everybody's like, the Little Mermaid, why don't you have red hair? And I was like, oh gosh, I'm traumatized for life. But now I love that name.
It's such a pretty name.
Yes.
Yeah, and you don't meet many Ariels.
Yeah, one of a kind.
You are one of a kind. So what are you most looking forward to with doing Ariel Designs full-time now that you don't have your other full-time job? Focusing
really on just what makes me happy. So with 2010, whenever we came up with the name, it was actually, fun fact, it was supposed to be for my interior design company because I have a degree in interior design. Yeah. So when that happened, the shift with the economy and all that stuff in 2009, 2010, I kind of just let it go. And then 2018 came around. I started doing actually tablescapes for my bosses, for manager meetings, and all of the managers that are now, my friends, my colleagues. They were saying, how about you do this full time and why don't you start your own business? So I kind of just was hesitant. I was more scared than anything, but I just love doing it. And it's easy for me, and teaching it is one thing, but doing it is another. So,
and you're so good at it. And that knowledge that you have too of design, that really helps you.
I think so. I think that's where like the art craftsmanship comes in because we learned a lot like with, in school with what you can do, what you cannot do, color coordinate. But now, nowadays you can mix and it's a pop of something that's different. So yeah.
It's beautiful.
Thanks.
So do you remember your very first tablescape like in 2010? Who was it? Who was your client and how was it?
So, actually 2010 is whenever the name came, but my first tablescape was in 2018 for
recently.
My boss. Yeah. So it was in December because our birthday was in December. And we went to, Butcher. It's like that restaurant.
B&B Butchers?
Yes, that one.
Very good.
Off of Washington. So I remember going, it was raining, it was cold. And I already had pre-cut the flowers, put everything in the jars. And I ran over there real quick and they gave me just a clean slate table. And I said, can I decorate it? And they were like, sure. I whipped it up in literally 10 minutes because one thing about me is I freestyle.
Yeah.
So the whole staff, the whole restaurant saw me do it. And once I finished it, they were saying this was like one of the best tables they had seen done for an event. And nobody knew, not even the managers knew, because we all got together to celebrate our RPM. And so when everybody came, I had like their own little treats for them, because we work hard, you know, as managers. And I think that sometimes just fresh flowers just makes a difference for somebody, put a smile on their face.
Yeah.
So I customized everything. And I remember I had got like, remember those little battery operated lights where you can put in, you know, like in tables?
The votives?
Yeah. So I put them in there, and it was just more of like a very calm, crisp, clean look, because she was very simple, but I wanted to make a statement. So it was in 2018 in December.
Wow, just 3 years ago. That's amazing. And they hired you for any tablescapes since then?
Actually, yes.
Wow, cool.
So a lot of the managers, once I announced that I was leaving, they have hired me for their property events and then some personal events like outside of Graystar. So
that's amazing.
It's super exciting.
Yeah, that's so great. So who is your dream client or dream tablescape? Because this is beautiful. Like, do you have someone that you'd love to work with?
So my dream client, I would say Oprah. Ooh. The reason why is because I have a friend. She went actually to Oprah's venue, or it's like a place out in California. They went out there, I think it was last year, the year before, and they were sitting outside at her house, a private home, and she had a tablescape done. And it was something that like I would just love to do outside, to just enjoy the scenery, because where they were at, it was just magical. And so I would think like Oprah, just to show her what I can do, how I can do it, and then behind a meaning. And that's one thing I like with the clients. I ask them, what is this for? What do you like? And that's why I get to, you know, try to like get to know my clients, because the tablescape or design is based off of them.
So it's very personalized.
Very,
I love that.
Very.
Cool. And it's Oprah, so like who wouldn't want to do something for Oprah, right?
I know, right?
So question, what do you do on a Friday night when you're not planning an event? Are you having a Friday with your son, happy hour with the girls, or binging on Netflix?
Bryce.
He
comes first. It's always been him and I since he was born. So now that he's getting older and being able to experience life with me, I just feel like he's my little best friend. I've been literally waiting for this moment, and I'm not going to get emotional, because that's the only time I get emotional is when it comes to him. But it's just the point where like he's getting older, we're growing old together, and it's just, his personality is something else. He's quiet, you know, in front of everybody else, but if he knows you, he's such an introvert. Like he's an extrovert when he gets to know you. So yes, definitely with my little mini me.
Oh, and y'all are a special duo too. I saw that he's also part of the team of Ariel Designs.
Yeah, he likes to give ideas. He actually helped me do some of this here. I try to convince him to come and say some stuff, but he's shy, but
it's okay.
I like, he gets to be creative, and his mind, it just keeps on going and going, and he gets to do his own little thing. So
that's awesome. You can work together.
Yes, my little creative directive. He actually gave himself that name too. So.
It's right. I love it. And you landed a pretty big client last week. You did a Shutterscape for the Scotts. They're a Houston couple with over 1 million followers on Instagram. Are they as funny and cute as they are on Instagram Reels?
Very, very. I've actually been following them for quite some time, and I just love how they're just real, you know? And at first I was kind of nervous, but once I met them the first go around, when we did the cookies and milk Shutterscape with her and the family, they were just exactly, how they are on social media.
So they're so real on Instagram.
Very. And I like that, because I feel like social media can be one thing, but if you're very transparent like I am, that's the type of people that I want to be around, because if you're less fake and more just who you are, I feel like you can just get better and like outreach more because of that. So.
Right, I agree. You should be very real. Okay, very cool. What would you eat of the three if you had to eat one thing? Toasted crickets, oysters, or boiled crawfish?
Okay, so funny story. With the toasted crickets, one year, one of our vendors had given that out to like managers as like a gift to taste. It was like flavored. I did not eat it for sure.
Okay.
Oysters. Oh gosh. So I just recently tried oysters.
And what did you think? It's an acquired taste.
It is. Yeah. It is.
And the texture too is different.
It is. So I'm gonna have to go with crawfish. Go with crawfish. C.
Okay, we won't force you to eat crawfish anytime soon. And then last question, Ariel. How do you come up with such a beautiful tablescape each time? Can you show us? Like, I know you create it like on the spot. Mm-hmm. Like, what is your creative thinking in creating something like this?
So, okay, for example, say that you want pinks or you're going for a different type of style. I, in my head, come up with, okay, I go get my florals. Mm-hmm. I have a ton of vases because I'm pretty much have Hobby Lobby here at my studio. So when it comes to actually talking to you or to my client, I get to know them, see how they are. And then from there, I literally freestyle. So if somebody sees this later and they say, I'm actually like get inquiries right now. I want the same exact thing. You're not going to get the same exact thing. I can recreate it somehow, very similar, but I just want it for whoever I'm creating it for, just for them to enjoy with whoever they're around or what it's for. So I always start on the base, and I just build up. So even if it's a long table like this or something small, I'm always like, I'm a dimension type of gal. So I've seen tablescapes and I've done tablescapes where it's very flat, very one leveled. And then I do it where I can bring my props and I bring it up. Yeah. But some of this, like this is fake right here, which is the garland, which is a filler. But I go back, as you can see, it's real. So then it gives it like a real life experience, right? Even with the roses. And it gives you more
of the leaves too.
Yeah,
more leaves.
It definitely does, because it's like you have decor that can be fake, but when it's real, it just you get to live through it. Right. And I feel like a lot of small businesses that have things like this, even though like for Dewey and stuff like that, like. People that capture things or their passion, you get to live through it, but you get to like present it. So that's how tablescapes are, and that's how I create it. I want it to be real, so then you can enjoy it and live through it while you're experiencing it for the event that you're in or having or whatever.
Yeah, because you created one for me, and I just like how you were able to tell the story that I wanted to say. But it's gorgeous.
Thank you.
I love it.
Yeah, so this is what we do, tablescapes.
Ariel, I loved having you on my show.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. Thank you so much. So let everybody know, how can they find you?
Yes, so visit us on arielsdesigns.com or Instagram. Please reach out to us. We would love to customize something like this for you for a special occasion that's coming up.
Thank you for watching Spill the Tea with Teresa Thuy. Cheers.
Cheers.